Peace and blessings to everyone. How's everybody doing? Peace and blessings to everybody. If this is your first time on this live stream or channel, can you make sure you please like and subscribe? I would definitely appreciate it. It helps the algorithm a lot. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Marcus, always here. What's up, my brother? Marcus, you're always here. When nobody else here, you're here. Thank you, sir. You're the reason why I keep coming back. How you doing, Mr. Marcus? I'm glad you're doing okay. What's up, everybody? Just waiting on more people to come into the live stream tonight. We got some interesting things to talk about today. Well, tonight. Brother, I'm hanging in there, man. I am hanging in there. I'm doing okay. Sorry about, I was going to be on yesterday. Apologize, I got really busy at work yesterday. Came here at the last minute, so I said, well, I'll do it tonight. Oops. Just going to wait till more people come on into the live stream and we can get started. I'm only seeing 3 people so far. Okay, I think I see 4 people. So did you watch the Super Bowl, Marcus? Did you watch the Super Bowl? What do you think about the Super Bowl? Oh my God. The Patriots really got really clobbered pretty bad against Seattle. And everybody was talking about the Bad Bunny performance too. Okay, I'm showing 17 people here. If you guys on here, let me know. Just send me a hello or something. I got 17 people. I'm getting ready to start. I'm showing 17 people in this live so far. You say you're not a football guy. Hey, what's up, Josh? How you doing? What's going on, man? How you doing? You say I'm not a football guy, like I did see some pictures from the Bad Boy halftime show. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Marcus, thank you so much, brother. Thank you for the gift, man. Thank you so much. I'd like to thank everybody who contributes to this channel. Thank you for the gifts, the super chats, and the cash apps and everything. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Eric, thank you so much for the cash app. Thank you too, Marcus. Thank you, brother. Thank you very much. Okay, we get ready to get into it. Thank you, Marcus. Thank you, sir, for being such a great supporter, man. Thank you for being such a great supporter. Well, I got some, before we get into the subject about should you bring your wife back to the U.S., your foreign wife, should you bring her back? And we're going to talk about the pros and cons of doing that, but most of them are the cons. We're going to talk about that, okay? But I got some safety tips I want to give to you before we get into the main subject, is that I've been hearing about this scam I've been telling you guys about. You have to be careful while you're in the Philippines. You have to be careful while you're in Colombia. Now this is happening a lot in the Dominican Republic, I'm hearing. Okay? And what the scam is that in the Dominican Republic, I was listening to Ronan. Some of y'all know who he is. He has a channel, and he talks about a lot about the Dominican Republic. He really knows a lot about the Dominican Republic, especially Santo Domingo. That's really one of the spots that he hangs out at. And he told me what they do is, what they've been doing is, you meet a girl, you take her back to your Airbnb, okay? You take her back to your Airbnb, and then what happens is the police will come knocking on your door and said that you're with a minor. So I've been hearing about things like that happening. It's like a scam that the police is in on it. And what they would do is they would coerce you to pay them so you won't go to jail. I've been hearing a lot of things like that been going on, in certain countries like the Philippines, and this happens in Colombia too. I know this happened to a guy in Colombia. They did the same thing to him. He met a woman, brought her back to his room, Airbnb, whatever. Hey, what's up? What's up, man? What's up? What's up? He said, hey, the spider. He said, what's up, man? What's happening? Yeah, so what they do is they'll bring the police or somebody dressed like a police to your apartment or wherever it is you stand and say that you committed a sex crime. But it's not true. It's just a setup. So what I'm telling you guys to be extremely, extremely, very careful when you're dealing with these females. Let me see, Marcus, what do you say? Why not run a background check or a private investigator to find out if that ID is fake? Well, at the resort that I stay at, they have that. They have that. Well, let me tell you something. When I invite someone to come see me, or when they come into the hotel, they have to stop at the front desk and they have to show their ID, and they have an electronic scanner at the front desk that actually tests to see if the ID is fake. So, what's up? What's up, Margo? What's up? Yeah, hit that like button, man. Subscribe to my channel. Appreciate it. Hit that like button, y'all. But what they're doing is they're scamming people. And what they do is they'll tell you that you've been convicted of, got allegations for sex crimes. And they'll tell you that the person that you were with, the girl that you're with, is underage. But that's a scam of the whole thing of them trying to get, and most people will end up paying it because they don't want to go to jail or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So I talked about this before. You remember I told you about what they're doing in the Philippines. They're doing the same thing. Because adultery is a crime in the Philippines. You can get 6 years in prison for adultery. And that's true. What's up? What's up? What's up, Chris? Good to see you. What's up? What's up, y'all? Hi, how you doing? Let me see, I got all these new people here. Lisa Russian, okay. I'm gonna call you, let me see, I can't pronounce your name, it's a very long name. But like this video, subscribe, please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. That helps the algorithm on YouTube. But yeah, that's what they're doing. They are scamming people. And in the Philippines, if you're caught with a woman that's married, that's a crime. That's a crime. And they'll do that. They'll play that game too. And sometimes law enforcement is involved in the scam too. So what I'm telling you guys is stop being so thirsty down there in these countries, man. Stop being acting so thirsty with these women. You know, get you if you're gonna meet, like I told you, if you're gonna meet a female, always get a ID, and you have to check that ID. Go to major hotels. They have a filtering mechanism. The resort that I stay at has a filtering mechanism. Let me see what Chris is saying. See, there's a guy in one of the Colombian WhatsApp groups I'm in where he said he had three different females file a denuncia against him because he didn't want to pay the females, and they got the cops involved. Yeah, well, you know what, Chris? Let me see. What does Marcus say? I'm going to read this thing. You know that the crime, right? That disguised as a cop without a warrant, that's extortion, which is also a crime. In the DR, they call it occupation of public functions. Discuss. Yeah, they do it. Yeah, they do that, man. Unfortunately, they do that. Yeah, those women. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something, guys, from experience. I've been in Colombia multiple times, and those girls, they are very serious about their money. If you, I don't promote any type of S tourism on this channel in any type of way. I say stay away from it. But I'm going to tell you, because some of you all still do that, you know what I'm saying? And what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But those females, man, they very serious about their money, man. Do not play with those girls' money. They don't take that very good at all. And they can resort you actually physically getting unalive. You never should mess with their money. Never mess with their money. So I just want to give you all that warning, man. Make sure that you get a room, a hotel that has the front desk, a lobby, and people there that will look out for you because they are coming for you. You know, there's a lot of, the economy in a lot of these countries are not good. You know what I'm saying? They're not good. The economy's not that good here either. And some people, they will go to any length just to, if they think that you got something, they're going to try to get it out of you. They're going to try to get it out of you. Let me see, Marcus, what you're saying. So these people are lucky because in the States that wouldn't slide. Yeah, they tried it. They're tried in the States too, sir. They will try it in the States also too, sir. They will try it. Yes, they will. They will try it. Matter of fact, someone years ago tried to extort money out of me before. And what they did was I was on Facebook and I met a girl on Facebook and we were talking on Messenger. Okay? This actually happened to me. So we was going back and forth, and she said she was from Chicago. I said, okay, I'm from Detroit, cool. So me and her like talked for about a week or so. So I said, well, maybe one day I can come visit you in Chicago. And she said, that sounds like a plan. So we exchanged phone numbers. I gave her my number. She gave me her phone number. I get a call about a week later. Somebody called my phone saying that they were the Chicago Police Department. that the girl that you are talking to on the phone, her parents want to press charges against you because they say that she's underage. That's what they said. They tried to scare me. They tried to scare me because, for number one, I know I didn't do anything wrong. The thing I was doing was just talking to someone on Messenger. Number two, we never met before. Number three, I called the law enforcement here and they say, yep, that's a scam because, for number one, they will never call you. But these are the type of scams that are going on out here. So I'm just telling you to be careful because what they wanted me to do, they asked me to send the money. That way you don't have to worry about traveling all the way to pay back, something real stupid. So it can happen anywhere. So I'm just telling you guys just to be careful, okay? Don't be so thirsty with these females. Let me see, Marcus, let's see. Can't call it a crime to refuse to send money. Absolutely. If you talk to a girl over the phone and tell her I'm not a person with ATM and she got the problem. Yeah, these women think that you're like a walking ATM machine. They think you're a walking ATM. Everything now, it's sad to say, fellas, everything now is about money, man. So that's what I'm saying. Be careful. Be careful. Okay, number two, I want to talk about something that came up before we get into this other subject about bringing your wife to the U.S. That's something else I want to talk to you about. I did see the halftime with Bad Bunny. I'm not really a Bad Bunny fan, but I think he did a pretty good job at the halftime. I think he did a very good job on the halftime. But I'm just very disappointed on the response, some of the responses that he got. I mean, it just seemed like to me that this country is so divided. It's very divided. And they're talking about pressing charges against Bad Bunny. Pressing charges against Bad Bunny for what? Well, they're saying that he was doing inappropriate stuff. And you know what? Let me tell you this. Let me tell you my take on this. I'm not for the right. I'm not for the left. I'm not for the Democrats or I'm not for the Republican. But I'm very disappointed in the Republican Party now. Because believe it or not, I used to be involved with the Republican Party years ago. I used to be involved with the Republican Party years ago when Colin Powell was alive because they stood about don't let the government do everything for you, stand on your own 2 feet, don't let the welfare system have you trapped. I mean, that was really back then saying some really good stuff. I said, why don't I give the Republican Party a chance? But I don't know what it's become now. It's sad. And then they posted on Truth Social of Barack Obama and his wife, Michelle Obama, as monkeys. As monkeys. Donald Trump allowed someone to post, either he posted or someone else posted, videos of Barack Obama and Michelle Obama as monkeys. And some of the most conservative black Republicans was against that. Let me see what he says. Folks should be honest in that they understand more of what Bad Bunny was saying than most of these mumbling rappers. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Chris. There was a woman that said that Bad Bunny said a lot of bad stuff, but she don't know a lick of Spanish. She don't know a lick of Spanish. But let me tell you something. When somebody posts pictures of you being a monkey, it's just the same as them calling you the N-word. But what I don't understand is that they embraced Nicki Minaj and she did the Anaconda videos and showing all that nasty stuff on her videos and not being properly dressed and everything. They don't say nothing about that. They don't say nothing about that, about Nicki Minaj. Now she's endorsing Donald Trump now. But the really was what I really find disappointing is that they're willing to throw Bad Bunny under the bus, but don't say nothing about the Epstein files. Nothing. All those people got allegations against them on the Epstein files, and you want to make fun about Bad Bunny? It's some. Let me tell you this. I read some of the Epstein files. I read them. FBI files, documentation. And I seen some of the most disgusting allegations I've ever heard before in my life. That's coming out of the White House, that's talking about certain people that's involved in the Epstein file. Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory too. Yes. And guess what? They want to say that Bad Bunny should be deported. What you talking about deported? He's an American citizen. You say Cardi B left her child dad, Stephon Diggs, since his team lost the Super Bowl. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. But the right has went. I mean, it's not the Republican Party anymore. It's like it's just white nationalism to me now. To the Republican Party. I miss the old people, man. I miss you guys, man. The good people used to talk about really sound information. Like Colin Powell used to get up and said, go to the neighborhoods, go to the hood, tell them that this is the best party for them. You used to talk about going to college and making something about yourself. Don't rely on social services or on welfare to take care of you. That's the stuff I really miss about the Republican Party. But it's becoming so hateful and so divisive. You sitting up there making bad comments about Bad Bunny, a Super Bowl halftime performance, but you got dozens of a lot of people doing nasty things to these women in the Epstein files. And nobody has done anything, and nobody's talked about it. Nobody's not doing anything about it. I mean, I read some very disgusting things that I can't even mention on YouTube. I can't, because if I do it, they demonetize this video or possibly my channel. Oh, what I got out of this Super Bowl performance. Now, I'm not a Bad Bunny fan. I come from a different genre when it comes to music. Okay, but he seemed like a really nice guy. He seemed like a very nice person. Bad Bunny seemed like a very nice guy. I'm not really crazy about his music. I'm gonna be honest with you, but it was just a halftime performance. And one thing I noticed about what he was doing, he was trying to let the world know that we all are in this together. Everybody, no matter where you're from, no matter if you're from Colombia, no matter if you're from Nicaragua, no matter if you're from Cuba, no matter if you're from Colombia, no matter if you're from the United States, it doesn't matter. That's what I got out of the halftime performance. But I've never seen America so divisive. What's up, Joe? What's happening, bro? It's so good to see you, brother. If this is your first time on my channel, please like and subscribe to my channel, man. I would definitely appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're just divided. We're a divided country, and it's really scary. It's really getting scary. I miss the old Republican Party of the days of Colin Powell. And there was another good Republican I liked. Real good guy, but he passed away. John McCain. John McCain was a very honorable man. And when Obama, I'm not an Obama fan either, but I'm just giving history. When Obama was running for president, people were saying a lot of nasty things about him. That he was a Muslim and this and that and all this stuff. But he was the only one of the few Republicans that came out and said, we need to stop doing this. No, he's not. No, he's not a Muslim. No, he's not this. He's not that. But what if he was a Muslim? There's nothing wrong with being a Muslim. And that's when I really started seeing some problems creeping in the Republican Party. I said, okay, that's not cool. You can't discriminate against a person of their religion or race or anything like that. Let me see. I'll read some of the comments. Bad Bunny showed the support of PR gets with issues with. Yeah, yes. I think he did a good job. I think Bad Bunny did a good job. Like I said, I'm not really crazy about his music, but you know, I think he did a good job, and he wasn't divisive at all. And they talking about deporting him. How can you deport an American citizen? Puerto Rico are American territories. They're just as much as American as you are. Speaking of Arizona and John McCain, the news had a lot of coverage of the new anchor mother in Arizona getting kidnapped. Oh, wow. Let me see, speaking of Arizona and John McCain. Yeah. Yep, that's too bad, man. But the thing with Michelle Obama, and Barack Obama, Tim Scott came out, and this is exactly what he said. Y'all know who Tim Scott is, right? Tim Scott is the only Republican senator in the Republican Party. I think he is from South Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong. And Tim Scott was considered a strong ally of Donald Trump. Matter of fact, we kind of thought during the campaign that he was going to have Tim Scott as his vice president. Yeah, South Carolina, right. Yeah, South Carolina, right. And he came out and he said, this is Tim Scott said this. He said this is when he saw the videos of Michelle and Barack Obama being monkeys. He said this is the worst racism that I ever seen come out of this White House. That's what he said. Even John James, he's a conservative black Republican here in Michigan, and he's running for governor. Even he said the same thing. John James. I don't know if you guys heard of him or not, but he is a congressman here in Michigan, but now he's running for governor. Let me see what else. Speaking of it, okay, we talked about John McCain. The reason that Jay-Z selected Bad Bunny is because Hispanics, Latinos are the largest minority, and there is a bigger market to football. Absolutely. And the World Cup is supposed to be coming here, I think in the summertime, right? So the NFL is thinking internationally. You know what I'm saying? You just can't think of the NFL just being domestically just in the United States. They're thinking ahead of the new world order where things are going to start changing. That's what the NFL is doing. But it just seems like this country is just embedded in racism. It's like we just can't get away from it for some reason. So the NFL has expanded to Mexico and Brazil in the past 2 years. Yeah, they are expanding. Yes. Let me tell you something. The NFL knows what's getting ready to happen here. They knows it. They are positioning themselves for the big coming reset that's getting ready to happen here. That's going to be on another live stream we're going to do about the financial reset. Because let me tell you something, the dollar is in a lot of trouble right now. I got a lot of information. You know what we're going to do is on the next live, we're going to talk about the financial reset and what's going on, what they're getting ready to do. But from what I have heard, I'm not saying this is true, but you have until March the 17th to get your finances in order. Because there is some big things are getting ready to take place. And I believe the NFL, they see what's getting ready to happen. Let me see what you're saying here. The NFL has expanded. Yes, they have. Sir, I am broke. That shit. And what can I be and do working for it? Okay, your name is Future Clean. Future Clean. Subscribe. Join my WhatsApp group. And you can join my group. Okay, join my membership here on YouTube. And I do wealth building. I give a lot of information about what's going on economically in the world and how to prepare yourself, okay? If you want to know, I can tell you what to do. But you need to join my membership here on this channel, subscribe and join my membership, and let me know when you join the membership. I'll add you to our WhatsApp group because I've been posting things about Bitcoin. Bitcoin has taken a hell of a hit. They have taken, man, it's like for a minute it was down like 58,000. It lost almost like 30% of its value. It lost almost 30% of its value. Hold on one second, we get some more to drink. Okay, yeah. But here it is. They're making fun of Bad Bunny. But there's some outrageous things happening on those Epstein files, man. I wish I could tell y'all some of the things I've read on that, and it is disgusting. It is like, oh my, and here it is, you heard about Bad Bunny's performance. And then someone said that, okay, Jay-Z, he's the one that he sponsors these performers on Super Bowl halftime. So now they're talking about, well, Jay-Z, he's DEI, DEI. Why is everything DEI? How can you tell if somebody DEI or not? If you line everybody up together, who's DEI? I tell you, man, it's ridiculous. You can't just sit there and just enjoy a halftime performance without being so judgmental. But then all the other things that you do, it's okay. You get a pass. That's why I'm not with any party. I'm not with the Republican Party. I'm not with the Democratic Party. Because both of them have disappointed me very greatly. But I think the NFL, they know what's coming. And they're trying to expand. But we're going to talk about that on my next live. Okay? Okay, let's get to the main subject. All right. Sorry about this. I didn't mean to keep y'all too long, but I'm going to tell you something. If you decide to bring your foreign wife back to America, to the United States, you better think about that. You better think seriously about that. Now, I'm not saying all foreign women would do this. I'm not saying all foreign women are bad. But bringing your wife here is a very, very serious decision. Some of you, I've talked to you all, some of y'all have considered going on romance tours, Colombian romance tours. And I had a wonderful time at the Colombian romance tour. It was expensive, very expensive. Would I do a romance tour again? I don't know. I don't think so. But you better make sure you do your homework before you bring her here. Because there are men who brought their wives here and they have regretted it. And Chris, I thank you for sending me that video on Anton Daniels. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really care for Anton Daniels because he is a Trump supporter, and he's a support of the right. Me personally, what was posted on Truth Social about Michelle and Barack Obama, you might as well call us the N-word. I couldn't be a part of nothing like that. And I hope that a lot of black Republicans will start having a second thought about where their support is. You know what I'm saying? Well, Evans, what's up? What's up? Like and subscribe to my channel, please. Thank you. I want y'all to hear this. I got something I want y'all to hear about what could happen if you bring your wife here to the States. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. You said that was a great video. What do you mean that was a great video? You talk about the Barack Obama and Michelle Obama video? Okay. All right, we're going to get on with the show. Okay. I want y'all to hear this. This is an American man that brought his Filipino wife back to the States. Listen to what happened. After he brought her back, he married her, and listen to this.
She hand washed all her entire family's clothes for her entire life, and now she's got a washer and dryer. It's so easy to do laundry, but she acts like it's a massive chore. What's your answer?
First of all, you said you're gonna do your own laundry. I am doing everyone's laundry. And then you said, I'm gonna do my laundry, I'm gonna do my laundry. But every time you do your fucking laundry, you're like, who are you? Who dare you to? You're such
I'll do my own laundry. I don't mind. It just doesn't make any sense to me that you did laundry by hand in the Philippines for your entire life, and now it's so easy with mechanical washer and dryer, and it's so hard. You got all this extra time. At least Do you mind help me?
Don't cry. Why are you crying? Stop spreading virus here. You're a virus here.
Yeah, I'm a virus, but she's a parasite.
Giving us you're giving sick to everybody.
Dog, what you want? You want a cookie? You want some help? You want to be fixed? I've always had a disdain for guys that think that they're going to be different when they get here to the United States of America versus where they're going to get them from. Now, let me preface this by saying that there are groups of people that actually travel the world and they just so happen to meet the person that they want to be with while they're out of the country, right? Because I know people that actually look for cultural truths and try to understand what's happening in this country, and they just want to explore the world. I know people that have a lust for travel that's out of this world. Now, I like going different places. I like experiencing different things, but not to the extent where I would even consider having a conversation about living outside of the United States of America or bringing somebody here from the United States or to the United States of America from outside of the country. And so when I see this type of behavior, the Americanized Filipino wife, the original passport bros were people that looked like him, right? They were people that were sick of women here in the United States of America, understandably. It doesn't mean that I don't even get your drift or I don't understand it, but it was people that were sick of dealing with women here in the United States of America. And so what they decided to do was to go out of the country, not to find wives, but to find box. And so they would spend an extraordinary amount of money overseas. And I'm discluding the military guys because these are guys that actually went over there on their own reconnaissance. These are guys that put up their own money, put up their own dollars. And this was even before the internet was popping, right? These type of guys was out in the streets, scouting, scouring, trying to find women that would give them box. Now, that also led to some really, really mysterious behavior. Guys that was sending money to these women, even though they would only see them 2 or 3 times a year. Obviously, we know that a lot of these women were finessing these guys and are still finessing these guys, meaning that they got a whole lot of them sending them money and making sure that they take care of their family. We've also always known that there's guys that were willing to...
Yeah, we talked about this. Remember in all my videos that these women, these guys are sending these girls money, but you're not the only one that they're sending money, that's sending them money. You're not the only one that's getting money, that's giving them money. Let's see what Marcus is saying. First of all, this girl complaining about doing chores. Yeah, she's complaining. Yep. If you understand chores, you have to be done regardless of where you come from. And we're going to talk about the reason why she's acting this way, too.
Put up so these chicks can get a green card and they bring them here to the United States of America. And we also know the proliferation of the passport bros as we know it today, as far as it becoming a thing with black men. Now, I've always been under the understanding that black men were desired all across the world, right? Didn't matter what country you went to, didn't matter where you were from. If you were a black man, then you usually had a virtual passport for love or whatever it is that you wanted to do all across the world, right? But this thing has morphed into something completely different to where, and this is usually what happened with black people, is that we adopt the philosophies and the lifestyles of white people because we admire them so much. And instead of us trying to understand what's best for you on an individual level, not even on a cultural level, but on an individual level, we follow in their footsteps, but we usually do it 10 times worse, right? So we don't just go over and go into the sex tourist thing. Now, remember, I'm not including myself in this. I'm talking about the culture itself. Go over and participate in sex tourism. Y'all got to be loud, busting down for a real one and all of that type of stuff. But I'm glad that you guys sent me this video because I can use this as an...
Yeah, he's very negative about passport bros. He is. He's very is. And he's very... I'm not, everybody has their choice. I'm not here to debate which side that you're on, whether you're on the left side or whether you're on the right side. But he's on the far right. But the problem I had with the far right is some of the racist things that are coming out of the right. You know, the left could do the same thing too. If the left was doing the same thing, I would talk about them.
Example that it does not matter what color you are, it doesn't matter what culture you're from. If you are not going about doing things the right way, and of course, you know you're going to get pushed back. And I realize how many people that are degenerate on the internet just from witnessing a certain person in a certain situation proliferate, and that is so many degenerate people that actually support certain behaviors. But we're going to leave that unnamed because we're going to come back to that at a much, 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 much later date. I know that there's going to be a level of pushback, but what I would say and what I'm going to always advocate for, and this doesn't matter whether we're talking about money, if we're talking about relationships, if we're talking about culture, if we're talking about being a better person, you have to continue to build and fix you. You have to continue to evolve. You have to become a better person. You're not supposed to be the same person that you are today as you were yesterday. And that means that you got to put the work in. But instead, we think that everything is wrong with everybody else, and we can just go and find something somewhere else. Now, again, I don't want to absolve my American ladies from responsibility and understanding that feminism combined with diversity, equity, and inclusion, and the alphabet community is absolutely the worst thing that ever happened in the United States of America, in addition to liberalism. All right, so you put all of that in one big bucket, and you have a lot of the women that we see operating today, even if they pretend and they are chameleons in front of you and they're acting like one way, all we got to do is look at how they voted. And 92% of black women, for example, were supporting Kamala Harris, right? Without a shadow of a doubt. So what I am saying is that I am looking at this situation with a pair of beer goggles on. And as I see him continue to complain about his Americanized wife, now she was Filipina, she was doing laundry on a little board thing, but now she is lazy and she don't want to do anything here. It just means that you are the same person that she doesn't respect, even if you bring her over to America from a completely different culture, because they only look at you as food.
Yep, there you go. You're absolutely right, sir.
They don't look at you as awesome. They don't look at you as a provider. The nature of people is the same regardless of where you go or who you talk to, and whether they here in America or whether they over in some other the Philippines or Thailand or the Dominican Republic or Colombia, wherever you want to go, you still you regardless of where you take yourself. So I always say, even though you want to go where you celebrate it instead of where you tolerate it, continue to work on yourself and become a better version, because
Absolutely.
they are going to naturally submit to the person that they genuinely like. And if they only settling for you, then that's probably not the person that you want to be with. Now, take that with a grain of sand and do what you want, however you want to play it. But I just think that it's so hilarious to see this guy complaining about the fact that this woman will not do laundry when you are primarily the main influence that is in her life. If she is different just because she's in a different country, then that means that she never liked you, she never rocked with you, and unless you just want to go and get your little peen wet and go and get another one, you might be stuck with this one because you already got a green card and got the papers on her. So if anything ever happened, even if she leave, then you still going to be stuck with the bill and you're going to be stuck with the responsibility, because I believe that's what comes with signing up for this type of thing. I always say, a lot of these dudes, you take yourself with you no matter where you go. If you're the type of person that always get fired from jobs and you always say it's the job's fault, when you go to the next job, chances are you're going to have the same situation because you haven't fixed what allows for you to be late, what allows for you to be disruptive, what allows for you to not be a cultural fit. You have to change who you are, and it's not everybody else around you all the time. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the page.
Yep, that's it, man. He's stuck with her. He is stuck with her. And she doesn't show him not a bit. Seems like she doesn't respect him at all. She doesn't respect him at all. And I'm going to tell you some things, a list of things that you're going to have problems with if you bring your wife here. The first thing that happens is they go through what you call cultural shock. Okay? After the honeymoon phase is over, them being in a new country, they may feel very frustrated, sad, and lonely. Because think about it, they're coming from their country into your country. They're leaving their mom, their dad, their sisters, brothers. They're leaving everybody behind. They're leaving everybody behind. And I'm just saying, the reason why I'm doing this video, because people have been asking me the question, should I bring my wife back, my foreign wife or girlfriend, back to the US? And if I would give you a straight up answer, it would be probably no. It'd be better if you probably kept them in their own country, you know, because once they get over here, they begin to listen to other females. And sometimes other females can be a bad influence on your wife. Okay? And another thing you have to be careful of this too, and this happened to me before. If she's a real attractive girl, like maybe from Brazil or Colombia or a place like that, you are going to have problems with her. Let me tell you why. See, that's why I say no matter where you go, it's out there. Okay? I had a friend from, okay, Chris. You said I had a friend from Medellin that moved to Kentucky since her husband is from there. But now her teenage son is depressed. And she was talking about doing experimental medical procedures to help him. Wait a minute, Chris, I'm trying to understand what you're saying. So I had a friend from Medellin that moved to Kentucky. And since her husband is from there, but now her teenage son is depressed. Okay, doing experimental democracy. So, Chris, let me ask you a question. Is the son from Colombia too? Okay, let me see what Marcus is saying. It's called fear of being away from home. Yes, that's right. If she's already cares, she will move. Because if the tables were turned, she will want you to put in the work too. Yeah. Yeah, it's a really big it's a really it's a really big change coming to a different country. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's given up her family, given up her culture. She's given up a lot of stuff to come here with you, okay? And a lot of times they feel frustrated and sad. And it all depends on what part of the country she goes to. Because here in Michigan, during the wintertime, it's not that much sunlight here. It could be very depressing here, the weather. Let me see what you're saying. Yes, he is from. Yes, he is from Colombia. I'm not sure if he has always had depression problems, which just suddenly happened after moving to the U.S. I can imagine winters are brutal for her. And yeah, yeah, the weather, like up here right now. Look how cold it is up here. We getting record cold weather. In the wintertime, it's dark most of the time. It gets dark very early. And then, like Colombia, when you're in Medellin, the weather is beautiful almost every day. The weather is beautiful. Everything is green and everything is tropical. And then you go to a place that's totally, the environment is totally different. Okay? So those are the things that you should think about before you bring your wife here to the U.S. Now, you might be able to do good in Florida as far as the environment, or maybe on the west coast of California, maybe Southern California, you might can get away with it. Maybe a better, place for it to be. But still, it's going to be culture shock. And matter of fact, when I was at work the other day, I seen a brother brought his foreign wife to the hospital. And she looked like either she could be either Thai, she looked like between a Thai woman, but she was Asian. Definitely she was Asian. She was an Asian woman. She looked very exotic too. I know she wasn't from here. I said, wow, this brother taking a chance, bringing his wife here. But that's one of the things that could happen when you bring a life. Let me see what else you're saying. Because they are bored or something of that nature. Yes, they can get very bored. Because let me ask you all a question. Answer this question. Your wife that you brought here, you went to the airport, you picked her up in your car, Uber, whatever. You got her bags in your hand. You bring her to your house or wherever you live. But you still got to work. You still got to work. So what if you have a job? You work from 9 to 5, or maybe 7 to 3, 7 to 4, Monday to Friday. So that means that she's going to have 8 hours of you not being around the house. So what is she going to do with all that idle time? You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, bro? What's up, hey? No, I don't have no mega hat, Peggy. No mega hat for me. Absolutely not. No mega for me. Nope. I think this mega stuff and all this stuff is just a way to divide the American people, whether you're from the left or from the right, But just think about what would she do with all that time that she has? You know what I'm saying? You out there working and she's in the house by herself. Go ahead and subscribe. Go do what you want to do, Peg. And like I said, I'm not no MAGA. I'm not nothing. I'm for the truth. I will try to get my mom to live with me, to teach her certain things, and have that female energy around her. We'll have her in English class. Yeah, the English classes would be good. Yeah. But that depends on what type of mom that you have, though. No, Kid Rock Culture, Walter. Super Bowl halftime show for me. Yeah, Kid Rock said some things. I don't know about Kid Rock. I don't know. He just said some things, because he did say that he couldn't understand what he, of Bad Bunny. He couldn't understand it, the halftime performance. But then he made a crack about DEI for Jay Z because they know that Jay Z produces all the entertainers that comes on to halftime. Yeah, but that's one thing you got to take in consideration is that you at work, she's at home, and what she's going to do with all that time that she has, and she's just going to sit there and wait for you to come back home from work. Okay, that's another thing you got to be careful of. I want to tell you, like I told you, your wife is leaving her family, culture, language, friends, and family. So they're going to become more. They can become more dependent on you initially. Okay, and the alternative feels isolated and misunderstood. So you're going to be the only person that she's going to depend on. Okay, you're going to be the only person that she can depend on. Hope you guys write this down. I'm trying to give y'all some good content. Y'all been asking me about should I bring my wife back to if y'all get with these romance tours and go out, date these foreign women in other countries and bring them back to. I'm just letting you know. This is what you'll be dealing with if you bring your wife back to the United States. Okay? Like I said, she's leaving behind everybody. She has no family. And there's two cultures I know that's very close to family. The Thai culture is, and the Colombian culture is. They very close to their families, man. Very close to their families. Like I said, this could cause depression. It can make her feel frustrated. It makes her feel isolated. Because she's given up everything to be with you. Let's see what else we're seeing here. Some of us are doing like that, so they deal with, but some are saying, let me see. No, you're okay, Jay. Let me see. Some problems with Bad Bunny is that some of us didn't like it, and so did what? But some are saying PRs are lashing out on us instead of what's we're loudest. Some pages are saying that. Yeah, I think Bad Bunny did a good job though on the Super Bowl halftime show. Then eventually we'll figure out a degree of certificate program that she could do in 2 weeks. Yeah, or less that she would ideally pay well, so it wouldn't have any crazy debt for a degree that may not be worth it. Yeah, I know a guy that brought his wife back. Where was she from? I'm trying to think. Where was this? I think she was from Thailand. But he brought his girlfriend back here, and he put her into a dental hygienist school. So she could become a dental assistant. He paid for her program there, and they're doing pretty good. They're doing pretty good. No, you're okay, Jay. I think finding a good church for her would be a very important so she can be around some people that she can relate to and not feel isolated. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me see. It can happen to foreigners too. Yeah. Did you forget on the last live that DC Rob said about the foreigners that committed suicide? Yeah, yes, they did commit suicide because they didn't know people and yeah, loneliness can be very very depressing. And Tony, when you was on the romance tour, you met a woman who said that you was bringing her to the States and only to let her get up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was the one I told you that would have made a good wife. She would have made a good wife. I messed that up. I sure did. I sure did. I messed that up. But there was one I met in the romance store, and she was a supermodel. And let me tell you about dating a supermodel and bringing her back to the States. This is two things that you have to deal with, okay? When I met the supermodel in the romance store, she was a Colombian supermodel. She was. She really was. She was super hot. Super, super, super hot, okay? And I asked her, I said, well, what type of wife would you be to me? What type of wife would you be? And I said, do you want to have kids? Do you want to have like a family? What you want to do? First thing came out of her mouth is that I want to be a model. She said, I want to work on my career and be a model. So I knew that. I said, so I told her, I said, so, but you're not going to use me to get to America, to prepare your career. No, that's not going to happen. And then another thing you have to worry about too, if you do bring an attractive wife here to America, let me tell you what happened to me years ago. This is one of my younger days, okay, when I was really out there. I dated a really attractive girl one time. Very beautiful girl. Very beautiful. Beautiful. And we used to, no matter where we went, we used to go to concerts and stuff. And I used to have the problem with other guys trying to hit on my girlfriend. Like sometimes if we go to a movie and we're walking out of the movie, I say, excuse me, I'm going to go to the bathroom for a second. You go to the bathroom, you come out, and you see some other guy trying to holler at your girl. I go to a concert, go get some popcorn, go get some refreshments. I may break away from her for about 5 or 10 minutes. You got some guy in her face trying to talk to her. That's another problem you're going to be dealing with. Yeah, you're right. She had a temper, Marcus. Yeah, she had a temper. She had a bad temper, too. Yes, she did. He said with the model, she cared about superficial career, not good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But she was, man, from a scale of 1 to 10, she was probably like a 15, 16, or 17. I am not making this up. Never seen nothing like it before. She was put together from head to toe. But I had to break. I said, no, I can't bring her back. No. So I said, wow, you're a trophy wife. Wow, man, everybody be looking at you. You be the man. The family be looking at you. Everybody be no, you don't want that. You don't want that. That's nothing but a headache. And plus, she'll leave you anyway when she has the opportunity to do it. One thing about the model, y'all gotta understand that models are taller more muscular, more prettier than a salary girl like that. And the validation, yeah. Why not get a cute 5'6" me through social media like it? No, she wasn't like a, she wasn't tall. Her height was about maybe 5'8", maybe 5'7", but she was just physically extremely attractive. Just I mean, her body wise, everything was just on point. I mean, it was amazing what I saw when I was down there. Okay, but she had a bad temper though, and plus she wanted to use me to excel her modeling career, and I'm like, no thanks. Find somebody else to do that. So I'm talking about her in their country. Yeah, yeah, yep. Okay, another thing you gotta worry about. Hope y'all writing this down. I'm giving y'all some lessons here. Nobody like this type of stuff, but I'm trying to give y'all some lessons here. Shift in independence. Okay? Another thing that can happen to your wife. She can gain more personal or financial independence from you. Maybe getting a job, driving, navigating through social systems. It's possible. That she had in her own country. So now she's becoming accustomed to the United States. In the culture here, she's finding her way now. Like I said, she can gain more financial independence. She could get a job. She could navigate through the system that she had in her own country. So now you set her up to be a victim of feminism. That could be a problem. Let me see what he talking about. Let me see. Okay. Why not get a Q506 meet? Do social sugar. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Jay. It's very rare to have a pretty girl and she is genuine on the inside deep. Yeah, yeah, it's very difficult, Marcus. My thing is you bring her over in America in what occupation she is, and does she have family in the States, white collar, but maintains traditional, respected men with form of vetting. Yeah, yeah, that's true, Jay. But one thing that could be your enemy is she become assimilated into the culture. Okay? So that wife that you had that used to wash your clothes by hand, all of a sudden she's not washing your clothes anymore like the guy you just saw in the video. She got Americanized and said, I'm not washing your clothes. You wash your own clothes. Yeah, Marcus, that's because of feminism, man. And that's the biggest enemy that you have if your wife coming over here. You're going to decide to bring your wife over here. She could become very independent, and that would become a weapon. So she used to cook for you in her country, but when she come here, she said, go cook for yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with you. You go cook for yourself. And you can tell her and that Filipino woman was getting on each other's nerves. The Filipino that he brought back, remember the video I showed you? Let me play that video one more time. I want y'all to hear this. Just that one part I'm going to play.
She hand washed all her entire family's clothes for her entire life, and now she's got a washer and dryer. It's so easy to do laundry, but she acts like it's a massive chore. What's your answer?
First of all, you said you're gonna do your own laundry. I am doing everyone's laundry. And then you said, I'm gonna do my laundry, I'm gonna do my laundry. But every time you do your fucking laundry, you're like, who are you? Who dare you to? You're such...
I'll do my own laundry. I don't mind. It just doesn't make any sense to me that you did laundry by hand in the Philippines for your entire life, and now it's so easy with mechanical washer and dryer, and it's so hard. You got all this extra time. At least do mine, help me.
Don't grab.
He's mad because she don't want to do his laundry. Let me see. So yeah, I'm going to visit Brazil. I promise you. I promise you. When I get my money situation together, I'm going to visit Brazil for sure. Yes, sir. I seen the Ice Show Speed video. He was in Brazil and he was having a good time. You're absolutely right, Josh. See, 2 months USA for your family, 10 months other countries like Brazil. I will only go home for occasional journeys of the Mexican. I hear you, Jay. I hear you, brother. Man, I hear you. I hear you. And there's another thing that can affect your wife while you bring her here. It's called cultural pressure. She may feel like maybe a little pressure to conform to American social norms, which could significantly, it may be different for where she came from. Regarding the gender roles, independence, and direct communication. So that could be a problem too. You know what I'm saying? That could be a big problem. And it doesn't matter where she comes from. She could be Brazilian. She could be Colombian. All these things I'm telling you guys could be a problem of your wife coming here. You know what I'm saying? And then one of the negative behaviors that you have to be careful when you bring your wife here is she become more assertive. When she started becoming, like with this girl you just saw, she could become more outspoken. You know what I'm saying? She may experience being sad, sometimes withdrawn, frustrated, It could be interpreted as she's changing. And she stopped doing nice things for you, like washing your clothes and all that type of stuff. But one thing you have to do, you have to be very supportive of her. You have to be very supportive of her, okay? You have to be very supportive of your wife because she's going to need you to be supportive for her. And like I said, she may even change her priorities. You know what I'm saying? She may think more as looking for a job, learning English. I think that'd be a good thing is put your wife in. One thing you want to do when you bring your wife here is keep her active, okay? Don't just bring her here and let her sit around and watch TV all the time. Put her into a class. Somebody just mentioned that on here. Build a new social circle, which is shift or focus away from marriage temporarily, right? Okay? Let me see what you're saying here. You said this when a Filipino woman sent you something in the mail due to. Yeah, she sent me, yeah, this Filipino woman sent me something. She was very appreciative. She sent me a beautiful card with pictures of her family. It was a big card, too. But I'm going to be honest with you about the Philippines, though. I'm going to be honest with you about the Philippines. If you're not planning on supporting her family, forget it. Forget it. Forget it. They're going to expect you to support their family. They are. I don't know anybody who have married a Filipino or dated one, but didn't have to support the family. Yeah, the Philippines is oversaturated. Yeah. That's why I couldn't marry a Filipino, because the first obligation they want you to do is start sending money, support their, not only her, but her family, Yeah. Colombians are the same way too. They expect for you to support the family. So you have to always do things similar to their. Yeah, that's true. Like going to their ethnicity restaurants, salsa dancing, and listening to Bad Bunny. Yep. But no, I'm gonna tell y'all. So I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm gonna tell y'all this. Let me see how many people. I'm gonna get off this live pretty soon. Wow, it's not that many people on the live tonight. Wow, kind of disappointed. Um, what I was getting ready to tell y'all. Oh my gosh, I can't remember what I was getting ready to say. Oh man, I hate when I do that. I was getting ready to tell you all something. Oh man, that's okay. Let me see. I think in Colombia you have to watch them asking to tell them about helping their family and come over to the U.S. too. Yeah, you gotta be careful. Yeah, you gotta be careful. I really think the most best thing to do, if you do get involved with a Colombian woman seriously, make sure she has a career. Okay, make sure she has a career. That way, if she does come over, she can be the more quickly she becomes independent, the more better off she is. So how to navigate through these changes? Let me tell y'all this. Then I'm going to close this live stream. Be patient and understanding with her, okay? Be patient and understanding with your wife. Just recognize that her and your life is undergoing a massive change. It's a massive change between both of you all. And always, hey, Barbara, how you doing? Barbara, what's happening? What's happening? What's going on? Yeah, you're right about that, Marcus. That doesn't mean for sure that she's a good person. Right, I understand. Barbara, how you doing? Good to see you again, Barbara. Marcus, thank you for the 100 again. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the gift, brother. Thank you. Thank you for the 100 gift, man. You're the man. One thing about spending time in Colombia and dealing with Colombian women, I guess women in general, is that it is teaches patience. And you gotta be patient with your wife. You gotta be patient with her. It's a big move bringing your wife to to a foreign country. you know. So I'm not going to tell you not to bring your wife here. I'm not going to say that. I used to say just keep her in her country, but you can bring her here. But just remember the responsibilities that come with it, you know. So have you been watching the kidnapping situation? Is it what's going on in Arizona? Can somebody tell me about the kidnapping? What's going on with the kidnapping? I don't understand. Two people came in here to talk about some kidnapping in Arizona. What is going on in Arizona about the kidnapping? What's happening? Who's kidnapping who? What's happening? Yeah, and and another thing, always communicate openly. Communication is very, very important. Very important. It's very important. Communication. Because let me tell you what Colombian women do that you gotta be careful of, especially. I don't know if Thai women do the same thing or Brazilian women do the same. Yeah, they do. Women do this. They are quick, very quick to accuse you of being unfaithful to them. Because I really believe when I left my phone down in Colombia when I was with Cookie, and when I went to the bathroom for a moment, I think there was a possibility that she got into my telephone. Okay? Pokemon. Okay, Pokey, if you want to give me a shout out to your channel, you gotta come on mine. You gotta come and support the channel, bro. You gotta subscribe to the channel. I don't mind giving you a shout out. Pokemon Catch. Okay. Wait a minute, let me see. What's going on in Arizona? Snoopy don't, yeah, that's called wanting to control. You can talk a lot about men, but they just do. Yeah, I think she got into my telephone. That's why she became acting kind of funny. And with some of them, they are quick to accuse you. They are very quick on that. Yep. If they see another female on your, if they see that you got a message from a female on your phone, it's gonna be an argument. But I know that one guy, he messed up though. I'm gonna give it to him because he messed up. He brought his wife over here, but he was still communicating with ex-girlfriends on his phone, on his Facebook Messenger. I said, why the hell are you talking to ex-girlfriends when you got your wife here that came from her country over here to be with you? Oh, okay. Okay, wait a minute. What's going on is Arizona is NBC Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie mom got kidnapped. Wow. Do they know who kidnapped her? What's going on? The ICE do. I mean, what's going on with that? Do they know who kidnapped her? I'll find out. I'll find out. Let me see. He did that because he wanted his cake, and yep, he did. The goodness, there's stability of a relationship and a bad girl on the side who can give him attention. Yeah, yep, that's true. Yep, he messed up a good thing. So guys, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoy this live stream tonight. I hope y'all heard something that was beneficial to you all. But remember, the only thing I want to tell you is make sure you communicate with her, okay? Communicate with your wife. In this case, in Arizona, they're still investigating. Wow. Why would somebody kidnap her? That is weird. I'm going to do some more research on that, okay? Okay, I'm going to be back, and the next live, we're going to talk about some economic stuff. Hey, if you want to support the channel, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, okay? I'm going to put the PayPal, I'm going to put the Cash App and everything on the description, okay? You can send a super chat, you can send a gift. It would be very much appreciated. Okay, I will check it out. Marcus, thank you for the 800, for the 100 gift, brother. Thank you. Thank you, Marcus. I hope you got something out of it, Marcus. Thank you, brother. Oh, the Knicks is playing tonight. Okay. Hey, thanks for the gift, man. Thank you guys, man. Thank you. Thank you very much for supporting this channel, man. My plans is I will be back in Colombia probably before the election. I will let you guys know. You guys can see Cookie again. Okay, the Winter Olympics. So I got you. I know y'all want to watch that. So, okay. God bless you guys. Thank you all for your support. Thank you all for the super chats. Thank you all for the gifts. Thank you for everything. And I will see you guys very soon. And if anything else come up economically, I will communicate with you guys on WhatsApp, okay? All right. Peace, brothers and sisters. Thank you. Let me see. Would you look at that? A black archive bunker. Okay. Okay. Take care. Thank you. Peace.